Mike Baughman is going to talk about what is the ethical behavior in real estate. So let's welcome Mike.
All right, thank you and welcome. I'm happy to be back here. I gave this talk about 3 years ago, I think it was, so try to update it a little bit if it's somewhat new to you. But I'm a real estate investor, but I'm also a licensed agent. So, if you're a licensed real estate agent, you have to take classes in ethics. You have to abide by code of ethics of the Ohio Division of Real Estate and the Ohio Association of Realtors and National Association of Realtors. But really, ethics is something that's every person who's in business and trying to do business with the public and each other needs to have some guidance and some mental authority above and beyond what they might be thinking. And even GD RIA has their own code of ethics, which you may be familiar with, and in case you're not, I brought along some copies. So if somebody could pass these out, these are actually on your website. So if you look on the GD RIA website, there's your code of ethics. So I actually just pulled that off this afternoon. But get this to work. There we go. So what is ethics? It's more than what's legal and not legal. It's more, it goes beyond that. It's what's right and what's fair, what's a truthful way of behaving, and it's behaving in an honest way. So I use the example a lot of times, if you are trying to decide whether to take a certain course of action or not, think back to what your mother would say. Could you go home and tell her comfortably what you were proposing to do or what you just did, and would she be happy about it? I grew up in a very strict parents, and my mother today has Alzheimer's. She's in a nursing home. She's 91 years old, but she still scares me, She keeps, I can remember all that stuff when I was a little kid and how we're supposed to behave and stuff, so she planted a good seed in my life, at least back in those days. So there's some kind of checks you can go through in your own mind. And again, this is not a matter of knowing the law. It's a matter of having a conscience, which most of us have. And it's a matter of refining that conscience so you take consistent courses of action that are ethical over the course of your lifetime. And it's like anything else. If you keep repeating things that are good, you're going to do those. You don't have to think about them all the time. It becomes the person who you are. Okay? What's interesting is one of the things I do in my pastime is I counsel people in prison. So it's the opposite of where we're at tonight. I've spent lots of time in prison. I do my time on the weekends, is what I tell them. And sometimes it's fun just to say that and walk away. But I've been many days in prison talking to guys across the table, just like us. It's kind of like going to Bob Evans on Saturday morning with a half a dozen of your friends and having a good discussion. It's the same thing. They're the same people. They've just screwed up royally somewhere in their past. But to sit together with them across the table, they've got tattoos coming out of everywhere. You know what I mean? They're the meanest looking guys you've ever seen. They have tattoos on their knuckles. They have flames coming out of their shirts, out of their necks. You know what I mean? And they are just the meanest looking bunch of guys. But it's all a facade. It's a way of getting along in prison and looking tough and surviving. But when you sit across the table from them in a different scenario, it's really just like me sitting down with any of the rest of them. But these guys, from a moral standpoint, have done some really royal screwing up in order to have landed in that place. So I've had the opportunity to see people who have not taken the high road, and those who have. The people who have are the ones that are here tonight. Here's some ways to look at it. If you're trying to make a decision, sometimes you have time to think about mistakes or time to make decisions and you're trying to do the right thing. Other times it's one of these quick things that's so fast you don't really have time to think about it. And the more right decisions you make along the way and think about it, when it comes time to having to make those other quick decisions, they become more automatic. So again, when you have time to think about making a decision, whether it's in business or your personal life and whether it's the right thing to do, think about it internally. How would I feel about myself if I take this course of action? Will it make me prouder, or is it going to make me feel kind of guilty? Am I going to lose sleep over this tonight? Would I feel good if my decision were published in the newspaper? What do we read in the newspaper every day? Is people